Hey, love. Welcome to No Matcha, No Mama, the podcast where we pour a little matcha and a whole lot of truth. Each week, I sit down with someone I admire, founders, healers, creatives, and friends, and we sip a matcha I've made just for them based on what they love. I like to do everything with intention, from the ingredients in your cup to the conversations that we have. And this show is more than just about talking. It's about exploring how we can truly thrive through all the mess and magic of being human. Here we start with matcha because how we start matters. Today, I have Chloe Gaynor with me. She is once a soccer player and then personal trainer, and now you're the founder of the Era app, correct?
Yes.
And it's just really inspiring the way that you've gotten yourself to the place that you are and the way that you mentor about manifestation and inspiring others. And so I love your energy, and I'm so happy you're here with me. So
thank you. I'm so happy to
joining.
be here.
Yeah. So matcha is like my ritual in the morning, and I wanted to know what yours is when you first start your day.
When I first wake up, and this is something I've talked about at length, but I will say 3 things I'm grateful for immediately. My alarm goes off. Usually I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. But I will immediately say 3 things that I'm grateful for, and then I will meditate. So I either do a headset or I just do guided by myself, breathing in and out. But I will say 3 things I'm grateful for, and I meditate. That is my non-negotiable first thing in the morning.
What are 3 things you're grateful for today?
Ooh, right now, I would say my fiance, of course. He's the first person I thought of because that's usually the first thing that I say first thing in the morning. I would say that the weather's so nice right now in LA, loving that. And then I'm grateful that it's the weekend. I'm grateful that it is Friday afternoon and I can just take a moment this weekend. So yeah, those are 3 things I'm grateful for.
Lovely. Well, cheers to that.
Cheers.
I made you a sweetened latte, matcha latte with some cinnamon and collagen.
And it's delicious. I was kind of joking. I was like, well, it better be good. You're over
it should be. I should know how to make my matcha if my podcast is no matcha.
And I have such a sweet tooth. That's one thing I'm all about health and wellness.
But you love sweets.
I have a sweet tooth for sure. And I love a sweet matcha. So good.
What are your favorite, better candies for you?
Ooh, what is it called? They're the honey chocolate bars. I'm totally Honey Mamas.
Honey?
Is that what it's called?
No, I've never heard of it.
The chocolate bars. Oh my gosh, they're so good, and it's mostly honey based, coconut oil with a little bit of flavoring, chocolate. So good.
Do you like who chocolate?
Who? Oh yes,
HU.
Yeah. Yes, I like
Who's who.
But I really like. I think it's called Honey Mama. Yeah, I think that's it. So good.
Yeah,
unsponsored. Also, I am sweating.
I told you it was so
hot, but it's okay.
They can't run the AC because of the noise.
Oh, the noise makes sense, but that's okay.
Just breathe. You'll be
deep breathing.
Okay. Sorry.
No, it's totally fine.
And you're someone who talks a lot about energy and alignment. So what's one small thing you do each day to help you show up as your best self?
I would say move my body.
Yeah.
That is something that is also non-negotiable for me. Having been a D1 soccer player, was a personal trainer, I still implement movement as a part of my everyday. Even if it is just walking, I have to exert some form of energy. My favorite is weightlifting, strength training. So I usually am doing that. But I would say to show up as my best self, phone is off, notifications are off, music in, just getting in a good workout.
I should do that. When I go work out, I still have my notifications on, and it can be very distracting.
I can't. It is my time to just be whatever thoughts are coming up, I'm letting them come up. Yeah. I'm pushing through it. I'm getting a good workout in. I tend to get, especially when I'm at the gym, I lock in. I don't really want to talk to people.
Neither do I.
I just want to do my thing. So you can't reach me. That is one of my sacred spaces is when I'm getting to work out and move my body. It's so easy to get distracted that I keep it off. And I actually have a brick now. Have you heard of that?
No, it's a brick.
Another unsponsored. It's a little device. I know. I'm for real. It's a little device that you tap your phone to, and it locks you out of certain apps.
Oh.
So I turn off email. I turn off any social media when I go to the gym. Tap my phone. I leave. I cannot get into it, and I can't be notified.
Wait, I didn't know this existed. I need to do this.
I just added it in just because as entrepreneurs, we live on our phones.
Yeah.
I needed a separation. So that is my physical separation.
When else do you do it aside from working out? Have you used it in any other situation?
So when I go to bed, when I wake up, when I'm going to bed, I will it's called, you like brick your phone. So that way no notifications are coming through from any social medias. I think you can even do like FaceTime phone call, but I keep that on just in case. But I do that before I enter my room when I'm going to bed. And then I won't unbrick my phone really until I've been up for at least an hour and I do need to check things. And then when I'm going into meetings, I'll brick it just to like focus on the meeting.
I think I need to do that.
Yeah.
Because I find it really hard to like not be tempted to do it because I'm not locked out of it. Is it, so it's just a device?
It's like a little, it's great. So as a founder, right, I like look at all these startups. They're completely bootstrapped. It's a really, really cool startup. It's a little device. You tap your phone to it. You get to choose which apps or whatever things that you want to be locked out of. And you tap your phone to it to lock it, tap it to unlock it. It's just enough of a physical distance and then a physical reminder of it's become a habit to just check when we're in line waiting for something, when I'm just out of the store. It's like
bored in your car.
Yes, exactly. And I'm like, okay, I think I have some boundaries, but I think it's gotten to the point where we do need these physical like barriers.
I would agree with you.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly. So I want to rewind a little bit because I want to hear a little bit about your background because you were a soccer player and then a trainer. So can you walk me through your journey and how it shaped the way that you approach like health and mindset today?
Yeah. So my whole journey really starts at 16. I committed to college to play soccer.
Gosh. Why so early? Oh, you committed at 16. You didn't go at 16.
Committed, yeah. The whole other thing with navigating Division I sports, I think the landscape's changed a ton. But at 16, I made the conscious decision of I'm going to go play a Division I sport. So from however long, my entire life was soccer. And I've always been a pretty competitive person. So I always knew that's what I wanted to do. So I went and I played Division I soccer. The hardest thing I've ever done, physically, mentally, emotionally, and nothing really prepares you for it until you're in it.
Interesting.
But what I will say is that completely laid the foundation for the life that I'm living now. I live by so many values that my coaches taught me. I'll have to send this to them. They're going to like love that I'm shouting them out. But they really not only wanted us to be good athletes, they wanted us to be good people. And so there's so many little, I think it's called amplitudes or whatever, the little sayings that they would give us that are just ingrained in me. So I developed, my relationship with working out was definitely, that of a D1 athlete. It was my entire life, very, very rigorous. So once I left that, trying to maintain that was not realistic, but I still always loved movement. So I did go through a whole journey of figuring out what is movement when I'm not being forced to do it? What is movement when I don't have someone screaming in my face that I have to do it? And that was a really, really interesting journey. It's actually how I built my first company. So I built this fitness platform that was designed to help people just navigate working out on your own for the first time. Worked on that for a few years. Unfortunately, didn't work out, but
like a lot of apps.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Really, really difficult. But during the time of building that fitness app, I thought, why not get certified as a trainer? Why not let's try group fitness. Let's see what I could do. And ended up falling in love with personal training. I think that was one of the most rewarding careers that I could have done for myself because it taught me so much about what I love about movement, what I love about being able to transform your life through movement alone. Movement is so foundational, I think, to having a fulfilling life. So I learned those principles in such a beautiful way because I was teaching myself and learning, but I was also seeing through my clients, their transformations, your sister being one of them. I mean, incredible. That was so, so rewarding to be able to see someone at the beginning of a fitness journey or even at any point that they were in and show them, here are the basics, here are the foundations, here are the principles that you can follow that will make you stronger, in turn, healthier. Seeing not only a physical, but a energetic difference was crazy. And I was going through that with my clients, whether they knew it or not. I was on that journey with them. So long way of saying that from being a D1 athlete, it instilled so many of my values that I still hold today into them becoming a personal trainer and instilling that in others. And then relearning my whole relationship with fitness and how it impacts me in my everyday life. It's led me to now this other company that I've started, which is it's taken a long time to get here. But I think, my entire life really did start with being an athlete. It really did.
I think that's a very cool journey though. And I think it's interesting that you say that like you were going through it with your clients and it makes a lot of sense, right? Because like, and the way that their energy shifts, like when people start working out and feeling even just more comfortable in their skin, they start showing up differently because they're also showing up for themselves in a new way. And that's a really beautiful thing to witness. Someone just taking care of themselves.
Yep.
Because they could have started by not taking care of themselves at all. I'm sure you saw like a variety of different clients, right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. It was so special. And what I learned during that was I've always had all these mindset tips, right? And a lot of that started with when I was an athlete. And that's what actually led me to building this other company. When I went into being a personal trainer, I was doing it because I loved fitness and then found this whole other of what you just said, the energy piece of it, being able to see people elevate themselves. And that's infectious. When you see someone who is working on themselves and they're so proud of that, those were my proudest moments. You know, I loved when a client would PR and, you know, hit high weight, but it's when they're coming back to me and I can just see this shift of how confident they are, how excited they are to come to their workouts.
And you also made an impact on them in that way. And that's the really rewarding part too, is when you can like educate and motivate and inspire and that pays off. And you're like, wow, well, I just did a good deed.
Exactly. And I think it's tough because I went into personal training not knowing what it was going to look like. I call it my quarter life crisis. I was 25. I was like, what am I doing? Like I had worked in corporate America, working in sales, and I just felt so unfulfilled. I was building this other startup, shut it down. And then I was like, okay, should I go into personal training? What is this going to look like? And that is the moment that changed my entire life. So I'm grateful that I did that. And it was a really rewarding thing. But what I will say is personal training is also very challenging.
I'm sure.
It is so physically demanding. I would be so exhausted every single day. And it's so hard because not only am I physically showing up for my clients, a lot of them are like, oh, I don't go to therapy anymore. And I'm like,
I'm not your therapist.
To therapy. Like, I'm so flattered, but still go to therapy.
That's really draining. Would you basically be having like therapy sessions, unwanted therapy sessions?
I mean, I always welcomed them. I loved it.
Okay.
I loved when my clients could vent to me, but I mean, yeah, like
it was still tiring to like take on that. Yeah.
Exactly. It was, it was a little emotionally draining. Any former clients, I love you. You can vent to me anytime still. But that was, you know, a byproduct that I didn't realize. But that is what has now led to this other business is I just saw there's so many different little tiny mindset shifts that can change your entire life.
Can you give me a few examples?
Well, something that I also do as a part of my morning routine is I say every single morning, universe, show me how good it is. Show me how good.
Show me how good it is. I like that.
Show me how amazing today can be. Show me how today can be the best day of my life. And I started implementing that while training my clients, and I would tell them to do it. Just little things that I'm like, wait, why don't we do this more? Why aren't people talking about this? Why does we have to, like, why is it it's not a conscious thing to be like, first thing in the morning, I'm stoked. That's what I found with a lot of people. We're not waking up immediately, jumping out of bed. I'm sure there are some people.
Some people are really tired.
But we're tired. A lot of us are tired. So I just thought, why not try to prime our brains to be really excited for the day? So I had all these little things in my back pocket that I would start to share with clients, and then they would implement it, or, you know, just it would come up in our kind of therapy training sessions, all these little mindset shifts. And I was like, this, like these little tidbits that I'm getting in these, you know, sessions, that's what I want to get to millions of people. And I knew I couldn't do that as a trainer doing one-on-one sessions. So it definitely evolved, you know, in so many different iterations, but really these mindset shifts and these energy shifts that I thought everyone kind of knew, that wasn't the case.
Most people don't.
And that's why I started talking about it on social media. And that's why I started building another app around that. And that has been absolutely life-changing. Like being able to share these little shifts that aren't like revolutionary,
right?
But just enough to remind someone of the power they actually have
over their own life and their own path.
Exactly. Yeah. And all of that did start with my training sessions with my clients.
Energy. Let's talk about energy. When fear or self-doubt shows up, what does your inner dialogue sound like and how do you shift it?
Yeah, that is such a good question because no matter how seasoned you are in training your mind and being aware of your emotions, thoughts and doubt come up, or negative thoughts and doubt, they come up. It is inevitable. So I think something that I've really done is immediately identifying, okay, wait, what actually is this feeling? Is it fear? Is it doubt? Is it anxiety, anger? What is it? What is this feeling? really identifying that and then getting down to the root of why am I feeling this? Because what I've seen is typically when something comes up that either triggers us, it's because there's something that we value. So for me, something that, for example, kind of triggered me in the past week is I felt like I didn't know something. So then it's like, oh, my, inner negative thought is like, oh, I'm dumb. I know that's not true, but why am I thinking that? Okay, I feel insecure that I didn't know something on a call, and that felt embarrassing, and that was a tough moment to handle. But what I learned is that I value intelligence. I value being prepared. So how can I do that for the next time I go into a conversation or something? So that's how I've kind of been able to reframe and retrain, is giving myself the grace that negative thoughts and feelings will come up, identifying what they are, getting to the root of it, and then rewiring, okay, how can I then overcome this the next time it comes up? That's how I'm able to navigate doubt. And that's what I've helped a lot of friends and clients with. So, yeah.
Have you ever done inner child work?
Or
what are your thoughts on that?
I've been in therapy, and we've definitely gone back to the root, because there's, I think, the root of many, many of our problems come down to that inner child.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of shadow work, which is similar. I think in some ways it's kind of getting to the root of what is like that darkness, or because shadow work sounds so scary and ominous, but it really is just journaling and getting really, really deep into why you're thinking certain things. So I'm definitely for it. I don't think I've exercised as much inner child work as I could. I'm always thinking of the young version of me and how I could make her proud,
Or make her feel better, right?
Yeah.
Because in those, because some of the things that I do in those moments of the fear and self-doubt is, which might help you, but if you can get to the root of it, right, and you understand, oh, my inner child here is feeling this way. What made me feel this way when I was little? Or honestly, what does she need to hear instead? How can I show up for her now and make her feel better, and give her a hug, and you just do a little bit of work around that. And then you might feel less triggered by that instead of trying to think about the value. I'm not trying to dissect what you do. I'm just saying it's another path that could be interesting if you're not already doing that.
Totally. I think it's something, to keep in mind, is that a lot of our big triggers and problems come from that younger version of ourselves. So keeping that in mind too, super important.
Yeah. And how do you notice when your energy feels off, and what helps you realign quickly?
So I was actually talking about this with a friend of mine. I know my energy is off when it feels like a chore to have to do the things that I normally do. So for example, meditating. When I wake up and I'm like, oh, I don't want to meditate right now. Okay, wait, why? Why is it feeling like a chore? Do I need to switch something up? So I can start to feel it. And then there's days, I do skip my typical guided meditation that I'll do. And the way that I describe my energy feeling off is, it's kind of like if you don't brush your teeth. You can't always see it, but you feel it and you can taste it. And you're like, this is so gross. I need to brush my teeth. Same thing with, I would say, my mental, emotional hygiene. There's times I don't really want to do it. So I try to work with myself of, okay,
there's resistance.
Exactly. So trying to figure out what is that resistance. And a lot of the times it's, I don't want to sit still for 20 minutes today. Okay, let's go do a walking meditation for 20 minutes instead. So I would say when my energy's feeling off, the things that I like to do feel tough. There's resistance. And I'm just like, what is going on here? Which typically means I need it even more. I need some sort of reset. And that doesn't always mean pushing harder. It means taking a step back, giving myself that space to think, wait, why does this feel so hard right now? And then finding an alternative path to then get me back on track. Does that answer that?
Yeah, it does. I liked that a lot. And so you've shared that we often condition our bodies to not having what you want. Can you explain what that means and how we can start changing that pattern?
Yeah. So I think it's so tough because there's all this nuance in the manifesting space that you see online and social media, and it's hold your vision, know your vision. But there is this balance of knowing what you want, but you can't obsess over what you want, because the second you start to obsess, you've then, whether you realize it or not, subconsciously identified, I don't have this thing. And I really, really, really want this thing.
And you're super attached to
and you're super attached. That will put a barrier between you actually having the thing. So instead of holding on so tightly to this specific thing that it is that you want, the way I describe it, and it has to do with the law of detachment. So you identify something you want, okay? Whether it is a thing or a feeling, an outcome, identify it. Great, we know what we want. I relate it to that of purchasing an order online. You go to purchase a shirt online. Boom, I like this. I like the shirt a lot. I'm going to order it right now. Awesome. I don't know when exactly it's going to come to me. I can try to do expedited shipping, but there's no way that I can actually control how this package is going to get to me. But I know it's going to get to me.
At some point.
At some point. It might be delayed. It might actually come a whole lot quicker than I realize. I don't know who is doing the carrying. I don't know how many steps it has, but I just know it's going to get from one point to the other because I identified it and I just trust and know that it's coming to me. That's how I describe manifesting and identifying the things that you want. Because the second you're like calling up UPS every 2 minutes, they're like, this is doing you no good. Like, you're going to get it. Like, relax. Like, I can't make it go faster. That's how I relate it to either, the universe or God, whatever you believe in. Like, hello, why isn't it here? That's not making it happen any faster. And it's actually distracting you and making you more stressed out.
Also, the thing that you're trying to achieve might not be in the cards for you. There might be something even better. So you have to be also open to that possibility.
Exactly. Because even if the package doesn't come to you, oh, wait, you're going to get reimbursed and then they're actually going to send you the package as well. Like, you never know.
For free. Like, you might get something even better.
Exactly.
For that or the greater good or whatever is meant to be for you. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's how I try to describe it is you have to just trust and know. You cannot be obsessing over every little tiny detail. I know the things that I want and I trust so wholeheartedly that I'm going to get there. In this past week alone, I've had so many things where I'm like, didn't see that coming. But I trust and I know that I'm on the right path and that everything I could want is coming to me. So that's where we cannot obsess and hold on because the tighter you hold on to something, it's going to slip through your hands.
I also think people get really uncomfortable in this unknown of not knowing what is coming or when it's coming, right? It's like this discomfort that we have to sit in that people don't want. So they would rather feel that sense of attachment and obsessing and trying to control it, right? That trying to control instead of just being like, okay, I'm just going to sit in this discomfort.
Yeah. Well, that is also a lot of the times described as what we call like the liminal space. Do you know much about the liminal space?
No, what is that?
So the way that I've described it in the past is, okay, you identify something that you want, right? Sorry, I kicked you.
It's okay. No, I did that.
So you identify something you want and it feels like everything's either like crumbling or like, here, let me reframe this. Okay. So the liminal space is what I describe as when you're being pulled back in a slingshot, okay? You've identified what you want, but there's all this tension because you're about to step into something new. You're growing. You're changing. Our brains are not wired for growth. They're wired for safety. So when you identify, hey, I want this thing, but I don't know how I'm going to get there and I'm a little, this feels uncertain. This feels weird. That's the liminal space. And I always say you have to experience it because it is essentially your way of finding out, do you really want this thing? Do you really want that big goal that you're setting out for? Do you really want it? And then when you keep going and you trust the process, you're then rewarded. You're let go in that slingshot and then you elevate
forward.
Exactly.
Very cool.
So when you're in that discomfort, it is so easy to choose the familiar hell over the unfamiliar heaven. So you go back to your old ways of, okay, I'm just going to obsess over this thing because it feels better than trusting and being patient and continuing to work. So there's that's another part of the, whole journey of elevating yourself.
I like that analogy.
The slingshot.
And people get really stuck there. And they can't elevate and they can't move forward because they want familiar. Like a lot of people I find aren't growing and they're not trying to better themselves and they're literally in that. Was it liminal space.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that before.
Yeah. No, it's when I found out that term, I was like, I'm like, can you be in the liminal space for years at a time? Like, I don't know. That's what it feels like. But what I will tell is I've been, and it happens many, many times, right? You're constantly growing and growth is uncomfortable. So I've been in that liminal space many, many times.
Thinking about it, I have too.
But as soon as you actually detach, so law of detachment, let go, trust, boom, exactly. And it always happens in ways that you don't expect it.
Of course.
But that's like
that's how it works.
Yeah, it's exactly.
That's the fun of the life.
Exactly.
So what does manifestation mean to you personally? And what do you think most people often misunderstand about it?
So manifestation to me is thinking. It's thinking about something we want knowing that we're going to get it, and then trusting the course.
Right.
I think what people get wrong about manifesting is we really build it up to be this whole big thing.
Yeah.
I think we used to do this even with meditating, right? So when Headspace and Calm were first out on the scene, it's like, oh, meditating is this whole like woo-woo thing.
Process.
Exactly. And it's like, meditating really is also just sitting with your thoughts, practicing
Being in
mindfulness.
stillness.
Yeah, stillness. Manifesting it's more, I think it is, the way that I see it is it lines with visualization a little bit more. So like seeing the things you want,
And
thinking
believing.
and believing. But I think people are like, I need to journal, I need to meditate, I need to do this, I need a vision board.
You don't need to do all
have
those
to
things.
do any of those things. You don't. And I think even, and I've done this, you put all these things, I have to do all these things, right? In order for my manifestations to happen. That actually is creating more of this like resistance again, that we're holding on to something. Oh, we have to do it. And if I don't do it this way, then I'm not going to get it. No. Do what is going to help you. If you need a vision board, make a vision board. I have them.
It can be really
I think they're
helpful to
fun
help you see.
to see. But if vision boarding is not your process, maybe journaling is, maybe meditate. It can be any form of that. But it's just seeing your vision, knowing what it is, and then continuing to take aligned action. That is all that manifesting is.
Yeah, I think people psych themselves out.
Yep.
They're like, I want to manifest this. I need to do all of these things.
Yep.
And then they don't do it. And then they can't do it properly. And so they just give up.
Well, and going back to like the liminal space, that's literally the liminal spaces when you're like, I have to do all these things. Like this is
You're
weird.
overwhelmed.
You're overwhelmed. The worst thing you can do when it comes to manifesting or really achieving anything is stopping. And that's where a lot of people, they get into that liminal space, they stop. They don't want to feel that discomfort. So they stop. And that is like the worst thing you can do.
What would you say to somebody who's in that space and how to get out of it? Just trust and like try to move forward.
In that, it's almost like you don't want to hear that because you're like, oh, I have to trust. Yeah,
You do have to trust.
You have to trust and you have to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
I think that's something that a lot of people, whether they realize it or not, lack that. And I've had my moments of not believing in myself. Absolutely.
self-doubt comes up.
Because self-doubt comes up. We are human again, but believing in yourself, that's really one of the core things of manifesting as well.
Yeah.
Just knowing that it can happen.
Yeah. And what's something you recently manifested that felt like especially aligned or meaningful?
Oh, I'm trying to think of, well, because something that I manifested, it was actually kind of a negative.
Interesting.
So, and this is the first thing I thought of, so I feel like I have to share my truth.
You can also share something after too.
I know, I'm trying to think. I'll share this one, and then if I
Yeah.
think of a positive, because I've had good positive things.
Of course you have.
Yeah, I've had. I'm like,
You didn't get here by just manifesting negative things.
Actually, I mean, okay, I can talk about, I'll give a negative one. Actually, no, I'll give the positive one because it has to do with like social media.
Okay.
So something that I absolutely manifested in the past like 6 months, I would say, is my social media community that I've built up. At the beginning of this year, I think like in January, I think I had like 40,000 followers on TikTok, maybe a little bit more. And then on Instagram, I think I had like 11, 12.
Oh, wow. And now
1,000?
aren't you like at 50 something?
So now on
my
TikTok,
gosh.
I'm at like 170. And then on Instagram, I'm at 60, which this is not like oh, I did this thing, whatever. And it's not even like social media hacks. This is, I would sit there and visualize that I had this community and then I had a platform that I could share goodness on. Did I know what that looked like? No. I used to think it was going to be fitness content. Like I literally thought I was going to be personal trainer, fitness, all these things.
Yeah.
But I sat there and I knew exactly what I wanted. And I was consistent with it. I took aligned action every single day. And slowly over time, my content started to evolve into this thing that felt so natural and so easy. And boom, as soon as that happened and I just let go of the expectations, I let go of like, oh, it has to be the certain thing. Followers started coming through, had a crazy viral video that got me, I think, like 20,000 followers overnight. So that's what I mean when I am manifesting my dreams in lifetime. And that was a big one of this social media presence. I don't care to have all the followers in the world, but what I do care to have is a platform where I can inspire people.
That's the whole point of what you want to, I get that. That's what I want to do too. So that's why I'm also asking this question. Because it's like, how I'm thinking like, oh, did you do it every day? Were you visualizing this every single day? Or
it's one of those things I
just
knew it
let
was
it
coming.
come. Yeah.
I knew it was coming. I had identified it. I mean, really, I had been consistent on social media for probably a couple of years. Like this was something that I'd been working towards. And it sucked in the beginning when you're not getting views, you're not getting anything. And you're just like, so everyone hates me. Like, this sucks. Like, not getting the external validation is really hard. But so what is it saying? So those who believe are given proof when there is no proof, right? Something along those lines. I'm totally butchering it. But I knew I would get the outcome I wanted. I knew, despite having videos that completely flopped, having my ego be beat down into the ground, I knew I would get the outcome. And I still don't even think I'm not anywhere near, the end result, but I saw such a shift and such a jump in just the past few months that I was like, yeah, I manifested that. And yeah, that has literally changed my life.
Well, that sounds amazing. I'm really happy that you did that.
Yeah.
Can you share the negative thing? Because I'm really curious what it was.
So the negative thing, so I've mentioned a few times my company Era, which I think we'll get into, but we had applied for this accelerator.
We can get into it after this.
Yeah. So we had applied for this accelerator. And for anyone who doesn't know what an accelerator is, it's essentially startup school. So you have a startup, you have an idea, you can get funding from a firm, a venture capital firm, and they basically support you in building and going to market, getting your product off the ground. I thought we had everything lined up. I was sitting there. I was visualizing when I was going to tell my fiance that I got in. I was visualizing the moment I got the email. I wrote it down in my notes and I felt it. I felt the feeling of getting this thing. And then I detached. We had our interview. I thought the interview went great. A couple days go by and I just had this feeling where I was like, oh, I didn't get it. Like I knew. And then this was actually last Friday. And I'm texting my co-founder and I'm like, oh, I just want to hear back. I just want to hear that. Like, I just want to hear what their answer is. 10 minutes later, I got the email that we didn't get it. And I just remember being there like, well, okay, so I manifested that. They're like, no, you just wanted a response. Okay, 10 minutes later, here you go. But I think I know that I will look back on this moment even a few years from now and be like, that was the right thing. I wasn't supposed to get that accelerator or the thing that I wanted, the outcome with that.
Something better is coming.
Something better is coming. And I have to believe that so wholeheartedly. Yeah. So I truly do practice what I preach. That I think was me in some form saying, no, that's not the right thing. So I think I manifested not getting in. And that sounds negative, but I have to know and believe.
But it's not though. Yeah. If you think about that there's something better coming, it's not negative. It's actually positive, but you're open to that. But someone else might not be. And so they're never going to get that thing.
Yeah. That's exactly it. And this is, I said earlier, like the only way to fail is if you stop. And that could have been a moment where maybe a few years ago I would have been like, oh, well, that's a sign that I shouldn't keep doing this.
And you would stop.
Exactly. Yeah. Whereas instead I was like, oh, wait, no. Like live time. Okay, yeah, I'm bummed right now. I was really bummed on Friday.
And that's valid feelings.
Totally. It's better to feel your feelings than repress them. But I was able to identify, okay, that sucks. I hate feeling rejected. No one likes feeling rejected. But I was able to switch my thinking pretty quickly into, okay, wait, no, that wasn't meant to be. Like, I know something better is coming along. I wasn't supposed to go that route. And it's going to be a blessing in disguise right now. And I believe that. I truly do. And it's completely shifted my mindset. So it's always a good practice to have a response like that. And it's like, oh, that's not what I thought I wanted, but it's okay. And I know it's going to work out.
Yeah, I love that. So let's talk about your app. Tell me a little bit about it. What inspired you to, well, I think I know what inspired you to create it, but what inspired you to create it and how does it help people align their mindset? Just give us background on the app.
Yeah. So the evolution of the app itself has been such a crazy one. For background, we launched in March of this year and we've reached over 100,000 users to date, purely through organic marketing. So all social media. And then we did just start running paid ads as of the past few weeks. But initially it started mostly as a manifesting platform, wanted to be the #1 app to visualize. That very quickly evolved and changed. And now we're really focused on like stress and sleep management. Because what I saw is I can give you all the tools to manifest. I can give you easy prompts to follow on journal. I can give you meditations. I can give you these visualizations. But if your emotions and your nervous system aren't regulated, it won't click. It won't stick. And it's going to be so much harder to be able to get those things because you're constantly feeling from a place of doubt and lack. So we thought, why not go to the root? Let's go to what people are actually feeling. So emotional regulation. So at the core of our platform is you have a check-in feature to identify your emotion. And based on that, we gather all of this data and feedback to give you custom meditations, mindset resets, breathing rituals, all based on what you're actually feeling. We actually sync with wearables as well. So think Whoop or Garmin, Apple Watch, really any wearable to detect your heart rate variance, any heart rate biometric data that we're able to pull to give you the most personalized and real-time mental health ritual.
Cool.
So it's still, of course, in order to manifest, you have to regulate your emotions and your nervous system.
You do.
And that's what we try to do with our platform right now. So yes, we're called Era. It's a stress and sleep tracker if you look it up in the App Store.
Is there, but with that, you also help people manifest. It's part of that too.
It's like
right?
it parlays into it. But I would say
you start there, basically.
Start there. We're releasing the meditations very, very soon. I've been the one recording all of them. So
that's a lot of work.
I hope people enjoy my voice in their ears.
I think you have a very soft yet motivating voice.
Thank you. I'll take it because it was the most I had to listen back to it. I was like, I don't want to hear my own voice again. I'm losing it.
I get that though. We're our own worst critics.
Yep, exactly.
What's your favorite feature of the app?
I think the check-in feature. It's such a fun user kind of interface where you click into it and there's all these different emotions and you can see and kind of click through what you're feeling. And then we basically keep a journal of everything that you're feeling.
Yeah.
So then you can see every month, okay, if I was in the red, that means I was feeling really negative. If I was in the blue, that means I was feeling calm and at peace. If I'm in the yellow, that means I was happy and energized. So you're able to almost
track the colors,
cool. Which are, related to your emotions.
I love that. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to talk about with the app?
What I would say about the app is that we really are trying to be a platform that gives you the most real-time, personalized mental health rituals. So before I got in here, I was stressed coming in. I literally took just 2 seconds because my Era app noticed spike in heart rate. Deep breathing.
Oh, did it give you a notification?
You get a notification of, hey, we just noticed your heart rate spiked. Do a breathing ritual.
Interesting.
Hey, we just noticed that you're about to hop on this call. I have all these investor calls. Go do a mindset reset for just 2 minutes before you hop on. Hey, how'd your call go? Let's go on a walk. Like that. Those are the kind of notifications that you're getting.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to sign up.
I'll get you free access. Don't worry.
Let's see. Let's see if there's anything else. Flipping back. You were talking about, I think you had this video of, you were talking about small things to do every day. Yeah. Can you just talk a little bit about that?
So that goes back to my soccer days. My coach Max had taught us about Kaizen, which is, have you heard of the term Kaizen?
No.
So it's the practice of getting 1% better every day. Mm-hmm. And that actually started, it was in Japan, I believe, post-World War II. And they were like, we got to rebuild. But we can't just think 10 years from now what that's going to look like. Let's start with right now. What's one thing we can do today? So that's just a little bit of history behind the term, which I think it's such a cool origin story.
Yeah.
But to bring it back to this, it's just to show you that you can do something as small as one thing every single day to get better. And if you look at the aggregation of marginal gains, another fancy term of just looking at a line chart, right? Of you start here, you end up here, and it can be as small as one little thing every single day to get you into a better spot as compared to doing nothing, right? Mm-hmm. You're just going to continue to go down. So, I mean, it really depends on the day, but it can be, doing one more rep in the gym. It can be doing one more minute of meditation. It can be doing one more minute of reading, one more minute of time off your phone, one more minute with your kids, your partner, whatever that looks like. It can just be one small thing, completing one more item off of your to-do list, taking one more minute to journal, whatever that can look like for you. It should feel really achievable, but you should be conscious of it. And over time, you start to become more conscious of those things. And then you start to see, oh, it's easy for me to just do one more rep of this, one more minute of this. That's how it should feel. It should feel where you're able to build off of it. But I can't think of one thing I'd be doing right now. I'm kind of blank. I know I saw that question, but I couldn't even think of anything. What is it? Or you know what? I want to go to bed a little bit earlier today. So it can be 1 minute earlier. That is as simple as it can be. But I'm going to try for 1 hour earlier. That's my goal today. An hour earlier for bed, just one hour.
What do you do before bed to wind down?
So I have a pretty, I don't want to say rigid, but I actually get my best work done at night, which is hard because I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I'm a Libra or I like love being outside during the day. That when it's light out, I'm like, oh, it feels so much harder to work. So I get my best work done at night when no one's bothering me. It's dark out. I can just kind of like hunker down in my office. So I'll typically end my day by just getting a ton of my busy work done, completed, boom. I'll either have a whole skincare routine. I'll do that. And then I'm trying to think. Yeah. I usually work and then I'll go do my I'll work, do my skincare routine. And then I love to read. I always read before bed. I'll read 10 minutes of a nonfiction book and then I fall asleep to my fiction books because I love just a fun little story to get lost in.
What fiction book are you reading?
Oh my gosh. It's so funny. I am so into romantasy. It's like, oh, are you not okay?
Are you like the...
And I know your sister's into it as well. Yes. And I have no shame. Like, I think the books are so fun. It's such a good...
Did you read ACOTAR?
Oh, yeah. I read that like 3 years ago. Okay. No, but I love a good escapism. I love just a really good plot, good story. I love romance. I'm such a lover. So
have you read This Summer Will Be Different?
No.
You should check it out. It's a romance.
Yes.
I'm reading it right now. I'm really into it.
I love a good lighthearted one as well. I actually had like switched back and forth because I was reading some really heavy books and at night I was like, I'm actually getting really anxious. Like,
that's not good before bed.
So I just need something that's going to calm me down. But yeah, it's usually finishing up work, skincare routine. Oh, I use my Shakti mat as well.
What's that?
So it's like an acupressure mat. So it's meant to kind of mimic like little needles.
Oh, yeah. I have one of those.
So it's like those spiky things. So I think they're called Shakti mats, but
I'm not sure.
Love mine. Got it off Amazon. I'm sure there's better ones, but I'll do that. And I usually will kind of replay my day a little bit. Okay, wait. Let me start over because I actually do have a more,
structured version.
That. Yeah,
go for
I'm
it.
Like,
start over.
Going for my more wellnessy because I don't do it. Actually, no, I'm pretty good with it, but things happen, whatever. So I'll finish my work, skincare routine, and then I do my Shakti mat where I put on my red light. I'm a big red light gal. I lay on my Shakti mat. One. I can't have lights on at night. Like it's only my red light. So I'll do that at night. And then I will lay on my Shakti mat and kind of just go through my day, just kind of unwind, decompress, let it go. Then I'll go and I'll read my books. I'll do my nonfiction book. Right now I'm actually reading You Are the Placebo, Joe Dispenza. Really good book. I've read all of his things. This is the only one that I haven't read yet. Reading that right now. And then I'll read a fun little fiction book. And then if I haven't like fallen asleep at that point, I will typically say like 3 highlights from the day.
Like write them down or say them out loud?
In my brain. Just identify like 3 good things that happened that day. And if I haven't... Like another thing that I'll do mindset-wise, first thing in the morning, I'm saying like, show me how good it is. I'm going to have the best day ever. I'll go to bed and say, tomorrow's going to be the best day of my life. I'm going to have an amazing day tomorrow. Just say those little things, go to bed, boom. And it doesn't have to be some big production of I'm meditating every night, this, that. I know a lot of people do like to meditate at night. Your brain is really malleable. You're getting into that, theta, the big, slower waves where you're able to be more suggestible. I find that I can't meditate at night. I fall asleep immediately, which whatever, but I'll do little mindset shifts at night. But yeah, it's not anything crazy. It's like a pretty normal nighttime routine, I think.
I mean, it's a good one.
It's a good one.
It's a longer one, but
yeah. I will say it takes me an hour and a half. Like when I start my nighttime routine, whenever that is, I will be asleep probably an hour and a half after that. So I do start winding down around like 9:30.
Yeah, I'm in bed by then. At this point.
Well, that's
I've got 2 kids. So.
Yeah. I should be going to bed earlier, but
you don't have to wake up to children.
I do wake up to 2 cats though at like 6 in the morning, but I feed them, then I go back to bed.
Yeah, it's very different.
Very different.
So before we wrap, I want to leave you with a couple reflections. What's one thing you would tell your younger self?
I would give her such a big hug and I would tell her that it's all happening because the things that I want right now are the things that I wanted when I was a little girl. And I know that, and I've journaled all this, reflected on this. I know the younger version of me would be so proud of me right now. And I think that's such a nice feeling. So I would tell her that, like it's happening. All the things that you want are happening, not in the way that you'd expect, but they're happening.
I love that so much. And then looking ahead, is there anything that you're doing now that you hope that your future self thanks you for?
I say that I have so many videos where I'm like, I know the future version of me is going to thank me right now. But I think something, and I saw this in a video, I forgot what it was, but it was 10 years from now, there's going to be a version of you begging you to slow down right now. So this version of me that's going a million miles an hour, trying to accomplish all my dreams and do all the things. The older version is just like, take a second, be present, and just know that it is all going to work out. Trust the process, trust the course.
Yeah.
Don't rush it, and just remain present. So I know the future version of me is going to be so grateful for the work I'm putting in right now. But I think something that she would maybe tell me is to just stay present and just don't rush it. And it's all going to work out.
Yeah, because it will.
Yeah.
Especially with the work that you're doing.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much.
Of course.
I'm going to end with a little prayer.
Yes, I love that.
May we carry what we need, release what we don't, and stay open to the magic that is unfolding. And thank you for sipping your matcha and sharing your heart with me today.
I love it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yay. Should we cheers one more time?
Yeah.
Yay.
Thanks for listening to No Matcha, No Mama. If you loved the episode, share with a friend, leave a review, or come say hi on Instagram. My handle is @DinaDL. If you want to connect with my lovely guest, Chloe Gaynor, you can find her on Instagram @Chloe Gaynor. You can also find the Era app at the App Store. And remember, thriving takes intention. See you next time.